Happy New Year. We are starting day one the night before. And the reason we're doing that is because I'm going to do everything that I said that I do in my videos, and now you are going to get to watch me practice what I preach. You're going to get to see me do everything that I always talk about. So, right here, we got some throat coat tea, and we have the dandelion root and leaf tea. I had fatty liver disease, GERD, Barrett's esophagus. You know me by now. So, we got this right here. We're going to make this. I'm going to sleep tonight with my bed elevated like that. I'm going to sleep on my left side if I need to turn over or whatever, and I'm going to put a picture up here that just gives you a lot better detail of why that is. It's just the way your stomach lays. If you lay on your right side, it's easier for acid to come back into your esophagus. So we're trying to avoid that as much as possible. We'll put that protective layer on here right now. If you would have told me that I'd be making videos like this, sharing my experience with people a few years ago, I would think that you were crazy. But it's really cool to me that these videos that I've been posting on TikTok and everything is serving you. I love getting messages from people saying that they're getting better. It's just something that really makes me want to keep going, and I really appreciate it. Here's something to keep in mind whenever you're doing things like this. Always remember, right now it's day one. You're going to go through a detox process. So if you're still feeling symptoms whenever you are drinking this, just give it time. Your body needs time to heal. And this is my experience that I'm talking about. When I first started doing things like this, it took about 2 or 3 weeks for my symptoms to go away and me start to get better. It takes a long time of faithfulness. If you're anything like me, I'm a 90s kid. When I would get home from school, I would watch TRL, eat Tony's pizzas, and drink Pepsi, Coke, and we had Rocky Top where I grew up. So, I had all this processed food in my body for 30-some years. So it takes a while, okay? So just don't get discouraged if you start drinking this, you start drinking the aloe vera water, you're eating the right food, and you still can't kick your symptoms. Just give it time. Trust the process, and just keep going. So the way that I sleep is I take a book, and then I just lift the bed up, slide the book underneath, and then that gives it some elevation there. So it's been 17 hours since I ate anything. We're doing intermittent fasting right now. We're not doing prolonged till later. But I did a little bit of work this morning, and I was approving some people into my free school community. And, there's a free course in there if you want to hear the ins and outs of what I did and what was going on. I'm going to put a link down below so you can go check that out if you want to. But I'm not really hungry right now. So I'm just going to, do a before now, and then 3 months from now, you'll be able to see where we're at. So I'm going to show you the belly, going to show you how much I weigh. So at the moment, I'm satisfied pretty good with, from here up, but like right here, it's like everything goes there. So I do have a belly. That's a sign that I have some visceral fat going on. And if you don't know what that means, that is fat that's around my organs. So we want to eliminate that because according to Dr. Sean O'Mara, that is, what causes a lot of our issues. So we want to get that visceral fat down. So I'm going to start going to the gym again faithfully and doing some HIIT workouts to get that off there. So now we're going to see just what the weight is. I don't understand why that looks like that in the camera. It's not like that with looking at the scale. All right, 189.8. So I'm 5'7", 189.8. So we're going to see where we're at, and we're going to keep an update on that scale too. So now I'm going to go to Sam's Club, and I really do think that this is a sustainable diet. It's just once you cut out the processed foods, once you cut out, the going to fast food restaurants, going to restaurants, that's a lot of money saved right there. And I added up everything that I was spending before I started this journey, and you wouldn't believe how much money that I was spending on restaurants, gas station, chips, things like that. It was over $500 a month saved just on how many times that I would stop at those places. Because I worked at a factory for a long time, And, you know, you just stop at gas station, you walk out with a bag of chips, and you got it set by where you work. And it was just a lot. So I'm saving a lot of money. And with doing that, I'm using the extra money to pay for like the meat and all that stuff. Now at the beginning, I was still taking my medicine. So before we go to the store, I'm going to take the omeprazole, 40 milligram. So there's the proof right there. Still taking it. Oh man, I forgot that they were closed today. Let's just go to Walmart. Sorry about that. I completely forgot that Sam's is closed on New Year's Day. So I want to show you how you can still, you know, buy fairly cheap at Walmart. So we're mainly going to stick around this section here for the whole food side, and then over there at the beef section. I'm a big blueberry guy, so I always go organic as much as possible, and then I just wash them off whenever I get home. So we'll pick up some blueberries. I love grapes too, so they do not have the organics at the moment, but you just wash these off really good. And yep, pick up some grapes. I'm going to show you how to make spaghetti in a healthy way with spaghetti squash. No carbs, nothing like that, so this is really good for you. Right here is one of the best things that I ever started doing for my gut health. So I want to pick up a papaya, and then I'm going to go over and get some veggies. I'm a sweet potato type of guy. These right here are amazing. Pick up some bananas. Get a bag of apples. Probably going to do a pot roast this week, so I'm going to get some of these. Some of these. I love beets, so I want to pick up one of these. I really like this right here. This is kombucha. You either like this or you don't like it. It's really good probiotic for your gut. So now we're over here in the most important section. I'm going to get me some wild caught salmon. It is my favorite fish. I'm going to get some ground beef. Now you don't have to do grass fed. I just prefer it. So if it's within your means, go ahead. Now this is where people get mixed up at. You got the lean version, you got the fat version. So I'm going to get the fattier cut. I'm going to go right here. Right now I'm eating for one person, so we're going to get the smaller, cheaper pot roast. To get more steaks for cheap, I just get the top sirloin. For the pasta sauce, you can't get any better than this right here, in my opinion. And you got different ones, you still want to read the labels, but that's the brand right there. See, that one's got citric acid in it, so we're going to stay away from this one. You got the 4 cheese, all natural ingredients. I want to go with this one right here because it's all natural. See all this other stuff over here like we normally get. Look at all those ingredients. Read your labels, that's one of the biggest things, very important. I'm not going to get anything like this, but where you're just starting, if you're having a hard time with soda or something like that, I would encourage you to go with something more like this. See, there's no high fructose corn syrup or anything like that, but it's still got citric acid and stuff like that in there. But you want to try to cut those things out as much as possible. I'm going to do a juice, just where it's at the beginning, it's still Whole Foods. I'm going to show you the best one that you can get here. That would be that one, because it's not from concentrate. I would not do any of this right here. I'll show you what I like. Organic grape Concord juice, not from concentrate. You got a couple different options down here. They have a really good cherry, usually. That one right there. I want to put the other one back. That's what I'm going with. Now, if you're still addicted to chocolate or anything like that, we want to wean ourselves off of that, but I want to show you the healthiest one that you can buy if you're at Walmart. Now, it's a little steep for one bar, but this is your best bet right here. One of these. They usually have a dark chocolate. That's one I prefer. All natural ingredients. Remember, we're going Whole Foods right now. We're not doing the strict keto diet, so we're buying everything in its most natural form that we can find. And it's crazy we even have to say that like that today, but everything that's in this cart right now is completely natural, and we're going to get used to that, and then we're going to slowly take ourselves off of the things like the juice, and we're going to take it down to more just drinking water, and then in a few weeks we'll go keto. I already have eggs at home, but the one that I normally buy is this one right here, because probably about a little over 50% of your diet is going to have eggs involved. I always have this at the house ready to cook with. Always go with that one right there. You want to read your labels because look at this. That's not butter. That's just a different version of the Kerrygold. Look at the ingredients. Pasteurized cream and salt. If you don't have a spring near your house like I do, then get you a 40 pack of water. This is the cheapest one here. In my opinion, one of the worst contributing factors to heartburn and fatty liver is this section right here. If you're doing bread, this stuff over here on that far end is not really bread. It has a million ingredients in there. Let's go with the Ezekiel bread. Now you got the one that is the regular. This is my favorite right here, cinnamon raisin. So I'm gonna pick up one of these. But if you need a regular, just get one of those. I'm gonna pick up a pack of these right here. Pick up a small onion. No, actually, I can't remember if I actually had the cheese or not, so I better, just to be safe, pick up one of these. All of that for $170.57. Just got back home, and so far we got 3 steaks, 2 pieces of wild-caught salmon, a chuck pot roast. This is for the spaghetti squash that we're going to be making this week. That is grass-fed, grass-finished. That's a pound of fatty ground beef. As far as our veggies are concerned, this is for the chuck roast, but I got some celery, got some potatoes, got some carrots. Now something you just want to know is that these are starches. Starches do break down inside of your liver as sugar and can be stored up as fat. So you just got to determine, you know, do you process carbs good? Do you not? How active are you? That plays a big part. I'm very active. I go to the gym a lot. So this right here, when I eat the starches, I want to eat them during the day. I don't want to eat these at nighttime before I go to sleep because you're going to lay down on this and it could just store up as fat. So very important right there. If you eat the starches, do it during the day. Got some Ezekiel bread. This right here is, you know, it's just wheat, barley, beans, lentils, millet, spelt. You can go check out Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 9. But this right here you want to keep frozen. This is the game changer for me though. You got organic, natural, no preservatives. Got an onion for the chuck roast. I got some cheese that I want to put on the spaghetti, and also, you know, if I want cheesy eggs in the morning, I'll do that. We got some beets. I pretty much eat this with anything. So these are really good for your blood. Got some sweet potatoes. Again, that's still a carb source. Breaks down in the starches inside of your liver. So you just want to be really active if you eat something like this. Got some blueberries. We got organic. Try to get organic as much as you can when it comes to like berries and things like that, because you know, all those pesticides and everything on there. They say that everything gets a little bit of it on there. So no matter what, if it says organic, still yet wash all your fruit. Apples, if you're worried about fiber whenever we start going ketogenic and more carnivore based, then, you know, apples are a must have. I love apples. So this right here is my vice. I have to get the pack with the least amount in it as possible because I have a tendency, I can eat a whole bag even if it's up to here. And these have a lot of sugar in them. Even though it's natural, it's got a lot of healthy components in it. You still want to wash these, and you want to, you know, try to portion control as much as possible. Again, I struggle with that when it comes to grapes. And the reason I say that is because I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and I thought that I was living a fairly healthy lifestyle when I was going through all these things. And, you know, stuff still stores up as fat inside of your liver. So eventually we're going to cut out all of these things once we get toward the carnivore state, and you're going to see a lot of changes, a lot of benefits from it. But right now, since we're doing whole foods, we're going to go with this right here. Banana is a good source of potassium, but again, has a lot of sugar in there. One of my favorite things is taking a piece of the Ezekiel bread and then putting some butter on it, putting some cinnamon, and then putting some bananas on there with some raw unfiltered honey. It's amazing, and it satisfies the sugar craving if you get one. So right now, the reason that we're doing this, the whole point is we want to transition from processed sugars to natural sugars. And then eventually we go from natural sugars and we start weaning ourselves off of them. Like, you know, 1 week I won't buy these and I'll just buy this. And then we'll take these away. And then we'll just have the apples and that. And then I'll take eventually all these away one at a time. And the slower that I did it, I found that I could be faithful to it. And it really helped me out. So yeah, that's what we got so far. This is one of my favorite things. If you need a juice in the morning or something like that, you got black cherry juice. This is not from concentrate. This is one of my favorite juices that you could buy. Again, we're going to wean ourselves off of this stuff, and then we're going to go just the water. Now, there's a lot of times that I make my own sauce, but as far as store-bought, you cannot beat this one right here. This is all natural ingredients. This is literally just Italian whole-peeled tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, olive oil, roasted garlic, carrots, and salt. That is it. If you like spaghetti and you're trying not to have the carbs, this right here is the way to go. This is, you just cut that in half. We're going to bake it for a little bit, and then it's going to come out. It's going to look just like spaghetti, and we put the sauce on there, the cheese. We make a little garlic bread with the Ezekiel bread. Absolutely amazing. So this is a must-have for me. When I normally eat spaghetti, I get bloated, but when I do it this way, with the sauce the way it is and the fatty ground beef, I don't get bloated and I feel perfectly fine. This one right here is the game changer. This is papaya fruit. You're either going to love this or you are going to hate it. If you don't like papaya, I do have supplements in my description box. Under health and wellness, it takes you to my Amazon store. Now this right here is just, it's like in a powder form with what's on my storefront. And it's still 100% natural papaya. It was the best version of it that I could find. So if you don't like papaya, please consider doing that, because this has a digestive enzyme in it called papain. This was a game changer as far as my diagnosis for reflux. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Kerrygold butter. It's one of my favorite things to cook with. Just going to put that in there. Then I had some of this left over from the other day. So I'm just going to put a bunch of that in there. We're going to let some of that fat melt down. Now this is already seasoned from the other day, but I'll just show you what I used. Redmond real salt. Look at all those minerals in there. If you've never heard of Redmond real salt, please go YouTube them and you'll see just how much vitamins and minerals is in this salt. A little bit of cayenne pepper. Again, I suffered with reflux for a long time, but this did not upset it at all. Ground turmeric. This right here is really good for your liver as long as you do it. You know, you don't want to use too much of it every day. And then to activate that turmeric, we're going to put a little black pepper in there. Now, I know a lot of people, they're worried about saturated fat and stuff like that, but for me, once I started eating fat, I started to get better. Especially once I started adding the Redmond real salt to it for, you know, vitamins and minerals and things like that. It really was a difference maker, that's for sure. So now that is warmed up again, I'll go ahead and mix some eggs in there. Now I know that looks like a lot of food, and it is, but this is healthy food, and it'll set me straight for, you know, 16 to 18 hours again tomorrow. I believe people have been blaming fat when they should have been blaming sugar. I'm going to add 4 eggs. It's 7 o'clock right now, so by the time I go to bed around 10:30, this is going to be through my system already. So I'll just put a little bit of that cheese on top of this. Got an avocado in there now too. You know, some people doing this diet, they don't do so well with cheese, but a lot of people do well with it. I'm one of them, so I still put it on top of everything. So there you go. That right there is what I ate to start getting better. Now I started eating like this, you know, shortly after I was told I got Barrett's esophagus. That's the thing that really pushed me into wanting to eat better. I found Dr. Kim Berry, Sean Baker, and I'm so thankful for their information online. But I want to eat this. Like I said, I've already fasted. Well, by this time it's been about 19 hours and 45 minutes. So after that, I want to have a piece of this right here, and I'm doing it on purpose because, again, the digestive enzyme, papain, Very, very powerful. I have a link in my description. If you don't like papaya, you can check out the papaya powder there. It's the most natural version that I can find. And, you know, it's going to be under health and wellness in the link in the description. This is how I ate to get better. Again, here's some pictures of what I used to look like. My throat would close up so bad that I had to make myself throw up due to the GERD and the reflux. It developed in the Barrettts. That's what terrified me and made me want to really get on this health journey. And now, a couple years later, I'm here and I'm on a mission to help people like yourself have some encouragement that these things can get better. I had 7 diagnoses and they all went away once I did this. So this is what we're going to do. We're transitioning from processed food to natural whole foods. I'm doing everything as if I was going through this process again. All those foods we had on here earlier, we all might respond differently to them. And then at the end of this whole wellness journey, we will be able to see what we respond to and what we don't respond well to. And we'll be able to create a diet plan based upon how we react to foods. That's the whole point of this. I want to help you. I want to encourage you. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.